It's John here from Speedy Brick, and I'm building the Formula One series of Speed Champions cars. Yesterday I built the McLaren, and today it is the Red Bull's turn. And I'm really looking forward to building this. I'm a big Red Bull fan. Max Verstappen has just been such an incredible driver, 4 world champions, maybe the 5th one coming this year, let's see. But one of the things I noticed when I picked up this box is that it's an 18 plus set. And I kind of thought that's pretty strange. So I went and had a look at the McLaren box, and that's a 10 plus set. And all the other cars are also 10 plus apart from the RB. So we've got the Red Bull and the RB are 18 plus, and all the other cars are 10 plus. What's going on there? I don't know. Does that mean that the future of Speed Champions is 18 plus? Does that mean that Red Bull just want to be different from everybody else? Is it more complex build? That we'll find out. What's going on, Lego? Let us know. I'm really be interested to find out what's happening with Speed Champions for the future. Obviously, with all the city sets, there's lots of small cars, 6 wide cars for kids, which is perfect. Keeps the price down, keeps the level of sophistication simple, so that lots of kids can build and have lots of fun. There's lots of play abilities, and these are much more kind of a display item. As we saw with the McLaren, it's got a little bit fragile, shall we say. So really looking forward to building this. And I do have a comparison car. So I've got the Rastar, which I built. It's 1/24 scale, so it's a bit bigger car. It's also a licensed product, so it's genuine. And I really like this. I really like the wheels. It had proper fat wheels on the front and skinny wheels on the front, fat wheels on the back. So I really like this design. It had some nice elements in it. So I like this. So we'll do a comparison for that as well. But let's open up the box and see what's inside, and let's get building. So what I got our box. It's set 77243, 251 pieces. It's an 18 plus set. Got to wonder about that, don't we? The outside of the box looks pretty good. We've got our red walled tyres. But let's see what we get in the box. So we're back to these plastic bags for the Speed Champion sets, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's what it is. We've got a sticker sheet here with, again, a lot of stickers on it. We've got a nice little booklet. Don't forget to scan your QR code there for your points. And it looks quite nice again. We've got this little picture inside to show the 2 cars, and this is quite noticeable here that the front wheels are quite a lot smaller than in the real car. So that's a pity, really. We got such a big car, it's made the wheels too small. Maybe we need bigger wheels. But let's see how it looks as it goes on. Let's organize the parts and let's get building. So just before we get building, I thought I'd show the new pieces. We've got these 2 left and right 2x4 slopes. So not only is it sloping really nicely this way, we've got this really nice sharp angle here. So that should be quite good for lots of sets in the future. We've also got this 2x2 tile with a curve, kind of a giant version of the small one. We've got these nicely printed for the set. So that's a step up from the McLaren, where this was a sticker on the McLaren. We've got this same 1x6 piece that we had in the McLaren, again printed on 3 sides, and that's really nicely done. This is also a print this time rather than a sticker, so it's another step up for the McLaren. We've got the new game console print. We've got 4 of these little 1x1 tiles with a looks like some sort of ball on it or something. I'm not sure what that is supposed to be, actually. We've got our new helmet, which looks pretty good, with grey and the Red Bull logo on it. But I would like to see a Max Verstappen helmet or a Checo Perez helmet. We've got our minifig, which is a bit underwhelming. I'm not sure who it's supposed to represent, with the blonde hair and that print on the face. I'm not sure, but it would have been great to have a proper, kind of proper print job for the minifig on the legs and on the torso, and maybe branding on the arms or something. That would have been good. The other things that are, we've got a new print on these discs. We've got the same new pieces that we had in the McLaren. Also a bunch of these, which is really good. And this 2x6 slope with a curved slope. And this time we've got red wall tires, so that's quite nice. We've got two thicknesses, so that's good. So I'm pretty happy with all that. So let's get building. So that's bags 1 and 2 complete. We're up to step 34. And it's really interesting so far. I quite enjoy the building process. I quite like the structure through here and the way all these angles are fitting together. That's quite nice. And we've got a bit of a gap forming here for the kind of the airflow, which is quite nice. I think it's more solid than the McLaren, and obviously there's a lot more printed parts in the McLaren, so that's good. I think the structure in here is better than the McLaren, and obviously you don't want everything to be the same, so maybe that's why they've done that. But I'm not sure what this is about. Maybe there's a piece coming there, maybe that's what that's for. But so far I'm really quite enjoying it. It's quite a simple little build. It's going quite quickly. We've got a few stickers. We've got 4 stickers applied already. But so far, I'm really enjoying it. So let's get on with the next steps. So we're up to step 85. We've got bags 3 and 4 completed. And there's really good parts use in this set. It's really quite an interesting build. And better than the McLaren, that's for sure. It's stronger, and I think it looks quite a lot better. This line through here that goes all the way through the car looks fantastic. Great use of these new parts to get this angle through here. Looks really good. There's still a bit of a gap in here. Not sure if those studs are the only way to do it, or if there's anything else like a half, like creating something in there to fill up that gap, but I'm not sure. There's also a gap through here which shouldn't be there in the real car, so I don't know how they could fill that in, but I guess there's some options. I really like the use of all the different parts. There's a lot that's kind of the same, but enough that's different to really give you a good feeling about the build. And I think this is better than the McLaren, even though we've got quite a lot of similarities in some parts of it. But overall, I really think it's pretty good, and I'm enjoying it. So let's carry on with the rest of the build. So that is the car complete, and there was 106 steps. So we've just finished bags 5 and 6, and I really like this car. I think it is very, very good. I certainly think it is better than the McLaren for a couple of different reasons, but I'll go through that and when we do a bit of a side-by-side comparison. I really like the fact that we've got these printed elements. The stickers are quite good with this kind of line going through it, and we've got these new pieces which are really nice. The front end is basically the same. So kind of from here forward, it's basically the same. There's some small differences here. This is the same. And going from here backwards to here, it's a bit different. And the back wing is effectively just exactly the same. I'm not sure why they've done this, but they've got white, clear, and grey there. So this seems a bit crazy. That should be at least some attempt to make it black or something to hide it back there. I don't know why that's done, but overall I really like the design. I think it's really good. So let's do a couple of comparisons. So let's start off by looking at the comparison between the new Red Bull and the new McLaren. I think this part of the car, it somehow it looks smaller, less massive than this one does. But I'll do a kind of a back-to-back. But this kind of lets it down. Here it's all smooth. This is a better looking car. And this is solid, whereas this is less than solid. This looks better because it's got branding on the front end here. So, you know, this is supposed to be an 18 plus set and this is supposed to be a 10 plus set. So maybe that's the reason why. But I think the stickers are better here. The shaping is better. So it's certainly, of the two, the Red Bull is a much better looking car. But size-wise, they're, you know, kind of exactly the same. But you can see here, this kind of looks more massive. And I think maybe that's because it's black. But I don't think it is any bigger. I don't think it's any different in size. I think it's basically exactly the same. And when you look underneath, you can see why. These pieces are right way up and these ones are upside down. But other than that, there's some small differences. But everything's basically in the same position. They've got some different colors. But, you know, these are 2x3s in the same place. So I don't think there's going to be a lot of difference. So certainly, you know, multiple points for the Red Bull and minus points for the McLaren so far. Okay, so now we're getting serious. So we've got the new Lego version against the Rastar version. They're not the same car, obviously, but there's some similarities. This was the RB19. I think this is the RB20. Unfortunately, I've got this sitting by on the windowsill, so some of the stickers are starting to fade. But big plus point for this car were the tyres. And so it's really good sized tyres compared to the proportions of the car. So this is 1/24 scale car. So the tyres and these wing mirror elements, which were printed, these were printed. They are the only special pieces. The other ones are kind of all standard brick built pieces. There were some elements that had stickers on them. Some were printed, but the majority of it is stickers. There's some really good techniques in this set, and it was quite an interesting build. It was quite nice. It was quite fun to build, and I really enjoyed the whole process of it. And I really like the size of it. I think it's a good sized car, and it's reasonably accurate to scale wise when you take the proportion of the car to the tyres. Now coming to the comparison with the Lego. So this piece here is a printed element, and the nose is really nice and skinny or thin, and I really like that. This printing on the side and on both sides, it really looks good, and the printing here on this element here looks really good. I quite like this whole construction here, and I really like the shaping, especially of these new pieces here. I really like that. I think that certainly enhances it, and I like this new piece here too. I think that also enhances the build a bit. I find this gap through here is a bit odd, and I would have liked to have seen kind of a bit more thought gone into creating a nice smooth effect through there and no gap. I quite like this air flow through here. I like that it's nice and low, that it's very low. But the wheels are a bit too small compared to the car, which is a bit of a pity. And I would have liked to see this a little bit more forward so that it came down kind of more accurately to represent the DRS connection, maybe even went all the way somehow. And while you're developing new parts, why not get them to fit? That would have been a good idea. So I like the way that this has been developed with this whole concept to get this representation of these pieces here. I think that's more fun, more clever than this is. Yeah, we've even got a sticker on the halo, which is a bit funny, but But I think, yeah, it is really hard to go from one to the other, but because they're different scales and so forth. But I really think Lego still need to do something about the wheels. It's great that we've got these wider wheels, but this is just such a step up compared to this. Even all these little discs inside, this disc is going the wrong way. You know, it should be somehow it needs to be improved. If you're going to try and do this, then you need to do better. So what do you guys think of the Red Bull? Is this something you're going to add to your collection? Are you collecting all of them? Love to hear your comments on the Red Bull. And I'm going to be building the Ferrari next. So until then, bye. Please click to subscribe for more videos and watch my build and review videos by clicking here. Thank you.